Yeah, here we got. Let's have a look. There's definitely two people in there. All messages. So it just must be you twice then, Mike. Is the audio all right? I've just checked it on the thing. According to that, it said it's good. I've just clicked it on here, so hopefully it's not going to make a noise. It's a bit of a... Put it there. Put it there. I don't need to rub on my shirt, that's anything. Because don't the worst. Anyway, welcome. I don't think we've been live this week, have we? Was it last Thursday? Last Thursday was the last time I went live, was it? I didn't make it, I can't remember. I can't remember if I was busy or not, to be honest. It's a bit like that, just at the minute, obviously, because it's... I drive a cab for a living, so it's that time of year. If you're getting a bit of this in, I can't, at the minute I've got a mouth ulcer and I can't put my false teeth in, so there you go. Anyway, yesterday was a cracking day, really enjoyed it, went to Mablethorpe. I'll not tell you about the first bit because it might ruin it. Second bit, I rode my bike from Mablethorpe to Sutton-on-Sea and then back again and then round the park where the ducks are and stuff like that. So it was pretty brilliant, had a brilliant day. I've got going on the bike now, I've got leading it into bends and all that. Got it flat out in third gear up that seafront, it was brilliant. I'm doing well, Mike. Are you doing all right, mate? Hopefully you are. Just 1 second. I would say that. Just 1 second. I literally only just got in, to be honest. So I set it up from the car. That's the good thing about this. I actually forecast it. So people knew it was going to come up. Did you get a notification for it then, Mike? Which would be pretty cool if you did. I'm pretty impressed when I found it. It'll be here in a minute. I'll just put it over there. Oh, it's there. I use the white version of this, which is no difference whatsoever, only the colour. And I have that click to my coat, and it records really well. You don't get any wind buffering on the microphone when you listen back to the video, flat out on a bike. So I'm really pleased with that, to be honest. So they're brilliant. I haven't tried this Mac Mini. I'd planned to do live streams and stuff like that on the bike, but the trouble is the phone holder was in the way. So I don't know whether I can find one that sort of comes away from the handlebars and goes up in the air. That'd probably work out. But I've got to be honest as well. Santa's bringing me the DJI Action 5, which I'm quite looking forward to. Really looking forward to. But the Osmo 360, the 360 cam's dropped in price. So I don't know whether my parents at the age, you have to keep the riff out. We don't get many, do we, really? I don't know. I think things have sort of gone past, haven't they? You get a few young kids incoming, you know, but a lot of them in the past have come in being a bit trolly, and then when you start talking to them, they just come around and be all right. So anyway, we've got 10 people. I'm a bit tired tonight, you know. I've sat there last night. I had a few glasses of, quite a few glasses of Dr. Pepper, sugar-free. And when I got to bed, I could have light sleep, but I think it's full of caffeine, isn't it? So it was one of them where I was a bit thirsty and I just it was lovely. I kept putting it in a big thermal cup with loads of ice. And it was absolutely banging. So I got to bed and I hardly bloody slept. And then this morning when I wanted to be up, I was asleep. So it's been one of them sort of days. Didn't wake up while bloody 11, but then feel crappy. Somebody out the back here, I don't know if they've got a new dog, put it in a kennel. It bloody yapped all night last night. So it's not good. So we're down to 4 people. That's the only thing when you go live in the vertical mode. People do come in. It's a bit like TikTok. People do come in and do go out. I've just realised within the last week that they now allow you to go live in 1080p off your phone, whereas when you first started doing it, it was only 720, which is pretty sketchy, to be really honest. But so now 1080p, so it looks a lot better. it gives a decent stream. Now we've got set up with the microphones and stuff like that. It seems to make a decent video, really, to be honest. And I was watching Stephen the other day, and he said he was getting a bit sick of people coming in talking rubbish, start going on about numbers and all this sort of crap. But I suppose they're only young kids, aren't they, when you're finished? And it's all they understand. They think they're being funny, think they're being clever. And obviously, they'll probably think somebody in my age group was, minutes from death. Even though I could probably beat them in a bike race nowadays. Is there anybody else? Come in and say hello, then we can chat back to you. These live streams always go better if people actually pop in and say, I do. I'll be pleased to get my bloody teeth back in there. But you can't, can you? I don't know anybody else that's listening that's got a denture, but if I got some nuts under it last week and I put a little scratch on my gum and then it turned into a mouthful, so well, you can't stand to have your teeth on top of one of them. Oscar Dudding, how are you? Nice to see you in there. Thank you very much for popping in. Just having a nice cup of Tetley. Nice cup of Tetley, decaffeinated, so hopefully I'll be able to get some sleep tonight. I never used to suffer with insomnia when I was drinking. I used to just pass out, I think, most of the time. But since then, it's been one of them things where occasionally it just comes to get me, and it doesn't take anything really to set it off. It can just be, watching a video or being excited about going to do something the next day. I really love going out and making videos. So on a Sunday night, I struggle to sleep because I'm looking forward to going out. I'm just genuinely looking forward to going out. And yesterday I had a beautiful day. I went and filmed something for a start. I'll not tell you about that because it will spoil it for you. But it'll spoil the suspense. And so I went and filmed that, and then I jumped in the car, went to Mablethorpe, and I kept thinking, guess what? Now go on then. Hit me with it. You've got to be funny. If you're not funny, we're not going to laugh. Don't be asking me to say racist things either, because I won't. Because I can read American. You like noodles? I do as well. Do you like a bit of ramen? Do you get the cheap stuff? Do you like the cheaper noodles? I do. I love noodles. We get some here that you can get in a place called B&M. Well, I'm presuming, I don't know why I'm thinking you're from America. But you get them in B&Ms and they're really hot. And they're bloody lovely. But the trouble is the ghee acid. We've got some other ones that you can put in water and then they go like that. But there is some beautiful noodles about. I do like Chinese style food. I haven't had one for absolutely ages because Lou doesn't like it. So I only really have a takeaway on a Monday night, and she's here, so we don't normally have Chinese. She prefers Indian. So what do you have your noodles with? Are you a student? Do you have noodles for every meal? Anyway, anybody that's in business, let me know. Are you busy in the UK? It doesn't seem to be to be getting going as quick as it normally does around the Christmas period, to be honest. I think a lot of people are hanging back till Friday, then they're going to have a good old spend up for a week or so, and then we'll get going. And anybody that's interested, I'm using the DJI receiver, the DJI Mic Mini, and the iPhone 15, which has an amazing battery compared to the iPhone 4. 14, should I say. And what you're hoping to get for Christmas? What's Santa going to bring you? I'm hoping, and I've had a word from, I've heard from Santa. There's a good chance I might be getting the DJI Action 5. So those people out there that, worry about not getting the things that they want, it really helps if you send Santa an Amazon link to the one that you want. Because otherwise they just buy you something that you think that you want. And you might as well have something that you actually do want, don't you? Especially if it's coming out of a joint budget. So I like the Action 4. The Action 4 is really good, but not particularly good in low light. So if you get a beautiful sunny day, it's brilliant. But anything other than that, it really is a bit of a job to get enough light on it. but apparently the Action 5 is better. The 5 Pro is better. It's got a better sensor in it, a lot stronger. I was thinking about the 6, to be really honest. But favourite kind of soup? I had mulligatawny for my tea. Go on then, let's ask it. Favourite kind of soup? You've got to answer. Oh, do you have to press that? Start Q&A. Favourite kind of soup? I had mulligatawny for tea. And Sue said there's a meat pie in the fridge if you want it before it comes up to date. So I chucked that in the microwave. So I had mulligatawny soup and a meat pie. Ice cream and banana. Last night I came home, I'd hardly had anything to eat. Well, I went out to eat all day. And I had a beautiful mixed kebab from a really good shop near here. And they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So let's end that, because that's a bit crap, isn't it, really? Drag here to end Q&A. Oh, hang on. We haven't got many in tonight, have we? Normally we get a few more in than this. Oops, I don't know, you get rid of that now. Oh my days. I got the missus some Chanel No. 5 perfume for Christmas. Uses it a lot. Ooh. My wife always used to use, can you put it up there out of the way? Oh, this is stupid. Right, hang on. Fucking thing. Drag here to end Q&A. That's what you do. That's it, got rid of that. I don't know why they keep putting them up. My wife always used to use CeraVe, I think it was CeraVe, Celeste Bell or something like that. And she liked that for ages, then all of a sudden she just went off it. Anyway, then she got into one called Daisy, Marc Jacobs Daisy. And you know, it smells gorgeous. It smells like citrus and sort of cucumber and all sorts of different things like that. It smells absolutely bloody beautiful. And I said, I'll bring you some back when I went to Spain. And when I was looking in the perfume shops and the duty free and on the plane, for the same price as what you could buy 100 ml on Amazon, they were charging the same price for 50. So I just got it from there. There's only me and you here, Mike. I might as well have a vape. Don't vape, kids. Just start smoking. It's better for you. Yeah, they have good, but they also have good deals in Amazon. When I used to drink, I used to start looking on Amazon at this time of year for whiskey, because you'd get like a litre of Gentleman Jack's for the same price as what they were charging for a standard bottle in the supermarket. There's some really good deals, but it only seems to be at Christmas. If you go throughout the rest of the year, you don't get them. But I don't drink now. Anyway, Lou's found some alcohol-free wine for Christmas Day for me, so it just makes a nice change, doesn't it? I've been looking forward to trying some alcohol-free wine, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to stay long today, Mark, because there's nobody about, is there, mate, to be honest? Just one of them that you shouldn't have maybe started. I'm a bit tired tonight anyway, so I might as well have watched telly, to be honest. And that's another time of saying, to be honest. One thing I'm surprised about, I'll just tell you about this before I go in about another 10 minutes, because I always have another rant or another tangent to run off of. Since I got that bike, I expected to have a bit of a, sore in areas. And that's never happened. And I expected to be aching and stuff like that, and that's never happened. One of the most exerting things is getting the bloody bike in the cupboard, because it's really heavy and you've got to pick it up and then move it over there like that, and you can't get it at the side of it. But other than that, I really enjoyed it yesterday. I even said in the video, God, I enjoyed that. I wanted to go back and do it again, to be honest. But I do get a bit of chest burn from it, so I presume that's just that'll disappear as you get slightly fitter, maybe. I don't know. But as part of the video, I'd sort of turn around looking at the camera like that, because it was fixed on the back. And my wife said, it'd be interesting to see what your other coat that I'm going out with Lou tomorrow, what your other coat looks like, because she says you can actually physically see you've lost some weight. Hello, John Paul Glasgow. How you doing, mate? Was it your birthday? Happy birthday. Congratulations on reaching another year. What do you get for Christmas then? Some more trainers? I'm there's no really I want, but I do like my technical stuff. I've just got the bug now for going out and filming stuff, so I might as well just carry on going out and filming stuff. But I get so you get up on a Monday morning, it's howling it down rain, you think, ugh. You're right, Mardy, like it's like being in bloody prison. I start going out on a day when I'm supposed to be at work, but earlier in the morning just to get out, because you just feel that you want to get out. And also with it being dark mornings and dark nights, you really just feel hemmed in the house, don't you? But anyway, by the time you get to the end of January, you've got some trainers today, lovely. That's the only thing with being born that near Christmas, really. The people say to you, oh, here's your birthday present, but you can have it for Christmas as well. A friend of mine, his son, Casper, was born on Christmas Day, so it's coming up to his birthday. But they always, it's the way you can't mirror the image. It's like you need to turn it round, but you can't do it. You can't do it on these. You can turn the camera around, but you can't turn the image around. I was going to say hi, but saw the sign behind you and may not be welcome. You can read backwards then, can you, Tommy? Tomo, should I say? I've had that years. I got it from Mablethorpe in just one of the shops in there, and it said no stupid people, so I put it up there. I used to have a thing for the show we used to do. Yeah. I actually got married on my 18th birthday, so they separated that. It's the last time I got any presents, really. YouTube Police 999. How you doing? How are you? Very well, thank you. You're behaving. I'm not sure who the YouTube police are, but there'll be somebody. And hopefully you're policing. You haven't caught me for a while. Yeah. I ain't done it wrong. I've done quite well, over my YouTube career. I've never really upset them. I got a bit of a warning once for something I hadn't done. And then I got in touch with them. And they said, yeah, fair enough, you hadn't done it. So as soon as they'd done that, about a day and a half later, they gave me another warning for something I hadn't done. So I got in touch with them and they took it off again. And that's the only thing I've ever had with YouTube. They demonetised me for doing vape stuff. But other than that, unfortunately, you've been reported for copyright infringement. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I pay for the music. YouTube police got nothing on you, mate. Everything has been deleted. Jaffe's is, yeah, right, yeah. See. Yeah, they're not getting me for copyright infringement. I pay for my own music. I want to interview Jaff on here, really. I want to talk to him about police work and ask him what he thinks of Tommy Robinson. No comment. Hello, Lynn Smith. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Slowpoke W9Z, or Z, depending where you are. Said hi. Hi to you back. That's a cool button, that, really, isn't it? If you're just, failing to do... Where you been, Tomo? Are you the lad what was drinking? I seem to remember somebody was. Are you ex-army that you've been drinking? Where you been? Where have you been? Where have you been, Tomo? Have you been getting done for copyright infringement? Been away for 6 months. Where you been, Rehab? Hello, Alex. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Pretty good boy you are. Far too nice to troll. I'm sorry I bothered you. No, just popping under your real name, sit and have a chat. We don't fall out with people. There's no to fall out about, is there? If some people start getting really funny. Have you been in HMP Bristol? Oh, Christ. I'll not ask what you've done. Our daughter got back, but right. Bloody hell, mate. Oh, so you've been away. Are you the guy that was ex-army? And you were... I seem to remember. Yeah, that was you. Yeah. So you've... bloody hell, bless you. anyway, hopefully you're going to get him again. It's the Tom I remember. You were the guy that was when I'd stopped drinking, and you were saying you'd like to try it. I presume now you have, unless you've been drinking each 6 months. Christ, bloody hell! He keeps wanting us to do Q&A things. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got my daughter. Obviously, I've told her she's not very well, and she's got a narcissistic ex-partner who's an absolute prick, and it's quite tempting sometimes just to pop down and knock on his door, but I'd lose my job and my livelihood and everything. So you just have to sometimes just sit there and do it. You had 1 pint and that's it. Yeah. Did I watch the Bondi? I didn't watch the Bondi Beach now. It's absolutely disgraceful. I don't follow religion in any way. I don't believe in any God. I'll be really honest. I've since my daughter's been poorly, and other people that she knows have been poorly, and you see young kids dying. There is no way. But I personally believe there's no way in this world that anybody could be in charge of that shit show. Because why do they do that to nice people, and the horrible people get away with it? But if there was a higher being, why would you keep putting shit onto the other people? But your daughter is a fighter, mate. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's still at it. We're going out for a meal tomorrow. We're going to Ole Ole in Lincoln, which is a tapas restaurant. It's bloody beautiful. It's just become part of our thing, because when it's up in the uphill area of Lincoln, and yeah, that's right. You're up on, aren't you? Up on the camp. Let's not say too much anyway. And we come out of there, and obviously it's up in the top end of Lincoln. So we walk through the castle, and you go around, and all the outside the Sleaford. That's right. Yeah, to be honest, I thought you were on the old barracks up there, to be really, but that wouldn't be army. That'd be RAF, wouldn't it? Up at Waddington or something. So anyway, you give a smackhead a good idea. You can't work it out, can you? Really? Did you kill him or something? I mean, obviously not for 6 months. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I believe. To be honest, John Paul. You look at most of the wars and all the hatred, and one side saying this and the other side saying that, and you thought, well, if you were truly, if all of you were truly religious, you'd be looking to sit next to each other and recognise each other's shit. And I'm just, it's beyond me. I just find it's ridiculous. I can't be asked to even think about it. I was never massively religious before. I used to just think, oh, well, there must be some sort of higher being. But I go all out now and just think, well, there can't be anything. There's nobody. Why would it protect people who are bad? And why would it make people bad? You know what I mean? So, but they've always got an excuse for it, haven't they? No, they usually come up with some sort of excuse. So you'll be as fit as a fiddle now then, Tommy. I bet you've been in that gym, pumping some iron. You've got calorie deficit because you've not been drinking for 6 months. So I bet you're a bit of a powerhouse. You usually see those lads what go in from here and they come out and some of them just get their head around the time. They're only in 6 months, something like that. And the first thing they do is go to the gym and they just work out, keep themselves to themselves, keep their nose down, get out at the earliest time. And they come out looking like bloody Rocky Balboa. And some of them then go on to just enjoy the rest of their life. And other ones of them, they'll come out and go back into their old habits. And I mean, there was one guy, he actually killed somebody. And when it came to his trial, he was found not guilty because he was protecting himself. This guy used to bully him on a regular basis, and he'd gone in and attacked him. And this lad just happened to have something in his hand, and he whatever it was, I can't remember if he stabbed him or hit him over the head or something. And then all of a sudden, this guy ran off, and it's a common thing, really. When you've been stabbed, you run off out the way to hide so they can't stab you again. And that's usually the place that you die in because you sat there on your own bleeding out. And that's exactly what happened to him. So this guy, off he went, and he'd been struggling with alcohol for many a year. And he went in prison, and he spent all his time in there. And he come out and he looked really well because he was at the point with alcohol where he was looking pretty bloody, next to thinking he was going to be the next one to curl his toes up. And he come out looking really well. And the next thing, he's going around with a can in his hand, and you think, well, that's it. Not showing off when you're trained to deal with scum. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. It's just a shame. I don't know. I'm not going to go on down it. Well, I can if I want to, because I don't think anybody's going to say it. But sometimes you just think the only thing in this world is it's in this country especially, the only people who've got the guns are the police and the bad guys. So your normal people that are putting up with shit, you know. If we all had one and somebody broke into your house and you blew his head off, then the next person would think, well, I'm not going to go in there because he's a good shot. Overdose and spike crack, good riddance. Yeah, I'm like that. I had a lad after my son for money because he'd lent me. My son's schizophrenic, and he went on and on and on and on and on. He's harassing me and all sorts of things. Anyway, in the end, he had a bit of a turn for the worse and hung himself. And I'm like, oh, great. And everybody's going, oh, it's a shame. I said, no, it's not a shame. I'm pleased he's gone. Because there's nothing worse than, you know, these people that go to funerals for people that they absolutely hate and stand there saying nice things about. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So that, you know, good riddance to bad rubbish. Absolutely waste of time. There is some waste of space and all, isn't there? You just think, Christ, why are you still here? I punched an elderly homeless lady today and stole her sandwich. She didn't need it as much as me. Well, yeah, I'm not sure, Jimmy, really. I mean, if you'd have gone with the back of your hand, then fair enough, but I think punching is a bit harsh. Did she... Anyway, mate, I'm a granddad now. Brilliant. Bless you. Congratulations. That'll cost you some money. Right, here we go. What you go to now? We're getting to the real nitty gritty of the internet. What's your go-to meal deal? Are we going Tesco petrol station? Are we going M&S? What we're doing? You've got to be. It's a bit of an Tesco, aren't you? They used to do a cream cheese and smoked salmon one, and I used to go for that every time. Dixie chicken. I used to do the cream cheese and smoked salmon. I think they've stopped doing it now, to be honest. It was on like it was a bread, but it was a rye, like a rye brown, whatever. Quite nutty. It was lovely. What are we on about? Jimmy, what he said? Jimmy said something. I can't see Jimmy. Yeah, he's not. He didn't really do that, did he? Yeah, the cream cheese one. But now they do a. What do they call it? That chicken one. They do a chicken one, coronation chicken one. That's pretty lovely. Dixie's disgusting. Morrison's egg and cress. God, you're a cheap day out. That was Dr. Pepper that I was drinking last night that kept me up half the night, bloody snoring. So, what was that one? Hard to keep up. I don't do meal deals. Burger King XL bacon cheeseburger for me. Yeah, I'll do. I think they've changed the order every 6 months. What, Dixie Chicken? Do they really? I don't even know where they are. Are they in the US? I had a KFC the other week, and I love their 4-piece boneless meal. And I got that, and they put 3 really nice pieces in, and one that nearly broke your bloody teeth in half. The trouble is with that, though, it's really high in oil because it's been stood too long because you've had stomach. Chicken balti and pilau rice. Go on. I'm a big fan of a jalfrezi and mushroom rice. No, I think it was on about Dixie's chicken. I think. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there is some terrible takeaways. Definitely. I mean, I used to go to KFC on Lincoln High Street years ago. There was a little one down there. I don't know. I presume it's not there anymore. We used to drive down there, and when you got the food home, it was just always just as good. No, it's definitely not like before. They actually did a thing about them as well, didn't they? On the they did a series about them, and it showed you the one Just as you hello, Lady G, how you doing? Lady G, 3245. Just as you're turning onto the M60 from the 57, there's one there, and they actually featured that on a thing, and they were saying there was hardly anybody went in it. And then when you look, there's all kids in there, just working in there, buggering about. Good, nice to see you. You know, they need to up the game a bit. It just depends here. I think they go through management pretty quick as well, but they get a decent manager in there, and it's absolutely on point. And then I think the manager leaves, and then they just give somebody else the job because they were stuck for a manager for a few days. And then it goes off a bit. But the one bit I went in there and I thought, God, this chicken seems a bit sticky. And I switched the interior lighting on the car and it was actually raw. So I never went to it for 6 months after that. And then I was a bit stuck for something to eat. And I thought, I'll just go give it a whirl. And it was fantastic. And it was fantastic quite a few times after that. But odd times you go in there and it's been stood too long and it's as dry as old fart. Their chips are usually rubbish as well. So any more cyclists out there? Either sort of budding cyclist, somebody that's thinking of doing it, somebody that's always done it. So I've not ridden a bike for 40 years, so I did a video about bike riding. So my first try was last week, and then my second try was yesterday, and it's come back to me now. Really, to be honest, there's a lot of wobbling going on for the first try. But since I've done that one, you're an avid cyclist, is that right? Well, I've only bought a fold-up bike because I've got no storage space, and I've just got that. It's a fairly sit up and beg, like the sort of thing that you use if you were going to the office from the station or something like that. But when I went out in it the other day, I thought, I'm never going to get used to this. Did downhill all my life. Now I'm older, don't ride roads. I'm right. I ain't got the balls yet to do that. So yesterday, last week, I went from just as you're going into Blyton, which is a village near Gainsborough. There's a big lay-by, and I went there, and I rode from there under the railway straight down into Lawton Forest. Hello, Bruce T. How you doing? And then I come back again, and I went to there, so that made a video. And then yesterday I set off and I went to Mablethorpe, and I got it out the back of the car, and pedalled all the way down to Sutton-on-Sea and back, and then through Queen's Park and did a bit of videos of the stuff in there. Broke my ankle on my bike. Will never ride again, unfortunately. Oh dear. Yeah, cycling gives me freedom, time to think. Well, it gives me time to jabber on down the microphone, to be honest. But so I was just saying earlier when I come in, this is what I have attached because I bought a connector, a bracket for the handlebars on the bike, and I've got me Action 4 clipped to it, and then I just connect this microphone up. Oops, nearly. Whew. And that's sort of clipped to my coat about here, and it don't get any wind noise going through it. It's brilliant. So mine's just a 3-speed. It's got hub gears on it, and yesterday I actually got into third gear, and it went like the bloody clappers. But I've been walking solidly for a year, and then all of a sudden I thought, you know what? When you start walking, you don't really get anywhere. So I think I'll have to go and get a bike. Hello, Scott. Are you any better, mate? How's the back? How's the cold? How's everything else? We get all the nice people in here. We've had the YouTube police. Everybody. That's the good thing about these. That's how that wind thing fits on there. Look. So it actually physically goes in there and clicks in. So then it goes through a mesh, and then on top of that, you've got that thickness of stuff. Yeah, Sue's actually managed to get that, so I'm hoping I don't get it. I could do without it for Christmas. I once worked Boxing Day, and then I never worked anymore while New Year's Eve because I was in bed. I felt crap. But that's the thing in my game. You pick people up, you take them to the doctors, you pick them up, and you take them home. Some people will get in the car and start coughing at you just to explain to you now how they're not very well, which is always a bonus, isn't it? Really. When do you finish for Christmas then, Scott? Are you finishing this Friday, or have you got to wait? I presume you've got to wait while 10 a.m. Christmas morning, just in case they want you for it. I've only got the way it's dropped this year. I'm not complaining because I'm self-employed, but the way it's dropped this year, I'm obviously going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because it'll be busy. Wednesday's obviously Christmas Eve, so I've got Thursday off, and then I'm back Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it did that once before, and it's just dropped wrong for me this year. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Yeah, we're going to Lewes. We just because she's got a big house and it's easy. We all get around the kitchen table and sit there and have some fun. It'll be nice. Looking forward to it. I'm back at work Boxing Day, and then I'm off the following Monday, and then I'll be work Tuesday, Wednesday. Then have New Year's Day off, and I'll just see what it's like on the Friday. It might be busier on the Friday after the New Year's Eve because some people like to stay in on New Year's Eve, but they want to go out before they go back to work, so it might be busy on the Friday and Saturday night. Finish 5 p.m. Christmas Eve, back the 29th. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people finish this Friday, don't go back while the 5th. I'd be bored bloody rigid, really. Double fare Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Goes back to normal the day after Boxing Day. And then it's just from 6 o'clock New Year's Eve till 7 a.m. the day after New Year's Day in the morning. So good to hear, mate. I can't wait because all my kids are coming round. Parents are going to be. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Oh, you got a bathroom to fit, Christ. How's your back, Scott? You got sorted? You need a nice Thai woman to walk up and down it. It's surprising though if you've got some sort of bug. It's surprising how quick your muscles start to play up. It's as if they sort of shorten, and you can get a bad back really quick when you've got flu. Sometimes it even just goes into your kidneys at the end of it all, and then it gives you that awful crampy in your kidneys. It makes you feel like you've got a bad back. Bloody Blake's vaping again. I've got the urge to tonight, to be honest. They're not mad on it nowadays either, the YouTube. So I'm not going to do it on here. So we're up to 646 subscribers. No picture, that's why I turned it off. It used to come up with a picture of the, what you call it, didn't it, of the screen if you didn't have your camera switched on. Now it just goes dark. Yeah, no, I've turned it off so I can have a vape. I've got the urge to have a vape tonight. I'm not going to stop much longer tonight anyway, because I'm not feeling it. I feel bloody knackered tonight. There's nothing worse than not being able to sleep. I don't know whose dog it was last night, but it's not barking now. But last night it was barking for bloody hours. And I was talking to somebody out the back. She said she never got any sleep whatsoever because she doesn't sleep very well. And there's nothing worse than if you don't sleep particularly well all of a sudden, and you've got something. I don't know whether they must have let it in or strangled it or something. But at 7 o'clock, I went fast asleep then and woke up at bloody 11. But then you feel crap because you've not been up early enough, don't you? It's a bit of a job. But we're living a nice, it's lovely. It is a council estate, and I love it. I love my little bit of a council estate. But you always seem to, there always has to be one family that has to come and spoil it for everybody else. Is it just me, or who falls asleep after Christmas dinner, or is it all? I think what it is you'll probably start having a beer, won't you, at 10 o'clock in the morning, which is not what you usually do. And then all of a sudden you get this massive meal at 2 in the afternoon. And by the time you've finished it, you've eaten 10 times as much as what you would normally eat. And so by the time you've finished it, it's just nature, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just, that's where it is. I think it's certainly when you get to my age group, if the eating's on, I'm soon gone. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see this year. Last year was the first time I hadn't drank on Christmas Day since I've been an adult, and it was a bit different. So I just sat there supping pop and listening to people, and then, yeah, Christmas is overrated. Yeah, it is. It is overrated, isn't it? There's a lot of people expect a lot of things to come from Christmas Day. They think that everything's going to be lovely. Everybody's going to really enjoy themselves, but it's still just a day, and you're meeting up with people who sometimes you don't see very often, and then you're tipping copious amounts of alcohol down them. And some people, when they've had a drink, are just miserable sots, aren't they? So the amount of Christmas days that get ruined in the first 6 months. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. You don't talk to them for the first 6 months of the next year. And then they do it all again. I mean, I hear people say, oh, yeah, we've got 20 round for Christmas dinner. And you think, oh, my God, you want a village hall for that, don't you? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, it's nice to get presents. I think as we've got older, if my wife didn't buy me anything and I didn't buy her anything, that would probably suit us, because trying to work out what another person wants isn't easy, is it really? You've got to try and think. Well, I mean, my wife works full time, so if she really wanted a bit, she'd have bought herself it already. And a bit the same with me, really. So anyway, what I do now, I send her Amazon links. A few years ago, I got a webcam, which at the time they were about $150, something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to get. I mentioned that. I once bought her a bread maker, and I've never lived it down. The reason I bought her a bread maker, I thought it wasn't because it was a kitchen accessory. That's why she was fed up. It was, it was more like it was an arts and crafts thing, wasn't it? I mean, I'd never think of buying her an ironing board, I would maybe buy her a toaster. No, not really. She bought me a dash cam last year. Well, technically that's for work, isn't it? So I should have had a moody about that. And I'd no interest in having it fitted, to be honest, because I used to text somebody about who I thought was a bit of a G, and I thought, well, there's no way he'll want a camera in there, but he's stopped ringing now, so I might as well just put it in, because I had an accident, didn't I, in March. It'd been a lot easier if I could have just downloaded the footage and sent it off. It saves buggering about filling forms out. So I'm waiting for somebody. I'm going to find somebody to get it fitted for me. Yeah, just company in time. It's lovely to spend time. Gee, what? Just you got to Google it. Bit of a G, bit of a gangster. Not. He's actually a nice guy. I'm not going to talk about him too much on here. What happened, mate? Oh, just a motorbike overtook a car, and the bit in between Alford and Anderby, down that road there. You know, when you're coming out of Alford to go towards Anderby and that Anderby Creek, and when he said, I didn't even see you. He was 80 years old, this guy, and he was on like one of them enduro 500cc Yamahas, and he come out and then realised, and then steered to one side, and then took all the mirror off, and all his footrest went down the side of the car, scraped it all the way down. I think it was March. It was because it was May, but it might have been April. But it was May by the time they got it in, because that was when I went to the Vape Expo. I ended up going in a Prius. They lent me a Prius. But I think sometimes they think that cab drivers really want to have the car smashed up so they can get a new car. Nothing could be actually further from the truth. Yeah, no, it's just a big. It was like, I mean, I couldn't open the door for one thing. Anyway, I did do, but so I took it to the people that were going to fix it, so they could do a thing. And he come out with his little bar thing, and he pried it a little bit, and he got it so the door would open without cracking on the wing. But it needed a new wing, and a respray all down one side. And they don't even cut the bumpers in half. On at that company I use, he says we don't try and match it into the other half of the bumper. We just spray the old bumper. And but it was a big bang. I was more frightened of him. I actually thought it was going to clear off, because obviously when they've got an helmet on, you don't know what they're doing. But he pulled up the street, and it's just sort of sat there, and I thought, oh, he's going to just bugger off in a minute. So I just kept sitting there looking in the mirror. And then all of a sudden he started to roll down, but he broke his footrest off and on. It was his footrest that did the damage to the front wing and the side of the car. So, gee, he's a gangster, Bruce. But this guy ain't like that. He's a. I'm sorry, I don't want to say too much, but I don't think. But now, I ain't got that problem, so I might as well have it fitted. And then I can just keep downloading it and put it on YouTube and tell everybody, you're a G. Bruce is a G. Bruce goes to Benidorm and gets drunk. He's a definite G. Anybody going away for Christmas? I've never actually been away for Christmas, but I've been. We always used to go just after. We used to wait while. Hello, guys. Stuart, how you doing, buddy? We always used to wait while it just dropped just after New Year. So about whenever we went back to work on the 5th or 6th, or the kids went back to school, we used to go and do 2 weeks in the Canaries, and it was lovely, to be honest. But gangster. I probably am. I'd be a bit old, wouldn't it, to be? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't fancy the strife after it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want a career where you were always worried about the ultimate happening. Really, I'm just a bit old and a bit steady. But that's life, isn't it? I tell you what, do you watch any of the podcasts and that? When you get some of these guys what go on them podcasts and they're talking, and you just think, you're everything's on. You know what I mean? The stuff that comes out of the mouth, it 10 men at once, and then all this, that, and the other, and you think, God, you're in Superman. Yeah, me and Scott. Yeah. Scott's not older, I think. Well, he looks it now because he's got a bad back. Anyway, Ferenc, that's difficult. Hello. How you doing? Nice to see you. Ferenc Nayari. Ferenc Nayari. It's probably completely wrong. That sounds like African. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I'm at work on Boxing Day. I'd like to. I'd definitely like to do that on Boxing Day. I'd like to do it again next Monday. I could just go and ride up and down by the seafront. What I want to do, I've got a few plans now. I'm going to ride all the way to. I'm going to keep going back and then ride all the way to Skegness in the end. Then I want to go to Skegness one day and film that while it's in the winter, just to show you the difference between there and whatever. There's a bit of Cleethorpes I want to do. I wouldn't mind going back to Humberston and riding from there to Cleethorpes and filming that. Yeah, catch you later, Tomo. Nice to see you, mate. Yeah, I do a bit of walking as well. There's also a ride that I want to do straight over Trent Bridge here, and then turn right and go down towards Beckingham, up the main road in Beckingham, then across and down the side of the dual carriageway, down the path, because it's a nice wide path, so I could come down there, then back over Trent Bridge. And if you wanted to do a bit more, then you could come over Trent Bridge, turn left, and then go down the Riverside Walk. It's surprising how you warm up though, mate, pretty quick. You know what I mean? You soon. I didn't have cold out, mate. It said 11 degrees, but normally when you go to the coast at this time of year, it gets into the end of your fingers. And I had my gloves on, but I didn't. I've got a hat, a black woolly hat, and it's got that. I can't think what they call it. But normally I have to take that off for the way back because it really warms you up. But yesterday I was coming back, and I say it was a little. It wasn't the masses of wind, but there was a little bit of a push on the back here, And on the way there, I was in second gear and I could feel my lungs burning and that. I thought, I ain't got angina. Yeah, hit the like button. It'd be really nice if you do, because it means that YouTube share it out to people. They sort of think, well, this was a good stream. It might be worth listening to. So then people will click on it and find out it really wasn't. But what does happen is then you obviously your channel then gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more people come in. We've had quite a few in tonight, which is lovely. You know, the more you get in, the easier it is to have a think because you're talking to different people. If there's just a couple of you in there, and you've then got to start doing a full. I don't know. You have to get things to show people or something like that. Really, I was looking at because we all do it. Anybody who's creative or uploads online will have a time where you just think, well, this seems a bit of a waste of time. So I sort of started. It said about Googling Google Trends to find out what the sort of the best thing. So I put in there 59-year-old. What would I upload to YouTube? And what it said was, you need to download. You need to upload information style videos. So the next, you know what I mean. Just do whatever you're doing, you make it informative because chances are your age group wants to know everything works, which is that's exactly what I do anyway. It's one of the when's my next trip? Well, I can't. I say tomorrow we're going out. Thursday I'm at work. Friday I'm at work. Saturday I'm at work. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I'm at work. You know what I mean? So maybe Thursday. I might go New Year's Day. I like to go to Mablethorpe on New Year's Day, but if I take Sue, I can't take me back, can I? Really? And she might want to go because she might want to go out, but she's at work on New Year's Day night. She's got herself a shift then, so and then she's off the following week, and we're off away for a couple of days. We're off to Whitby, so I don't know. I might even take me back there and get up in the morning. I've got to run around, do a video all the way down the front at Whitby. But we're going to go back to what do they call that place? I don't know, that one with the black rock. I can't think what they call it now. Just further up than Whitby. We're going to go there and get the drone over the top of it better. Because last year I'd only had the drone about 3 or 4 weeks, and this one is a much better drone, and I'd like to get it straight to come over the top of the funicular and straight across the top of the pier, and then sort of bring it round and have a look at the cliffs and stuff like that, because it's gorgeous around there. I can't think what they called it. It's gone out. Yeah, they did a TV series that was it was of the same name but not about the same place. I don't think. I can't think what they call it. I'll remember in a minute. You're off to Whitby in January. Try the pie and mash restaurant. It's lovely. We're Shayton Simmons. How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, we stay at the Penny Edge, which is just outside. So on the way there, we'll go for a unlimited breakfast at that one, just as you go across the Humber Bridge. If you're going across the Humber Bridge on the way down there, Toby Carvery, but they do unlimited breakfast in the morning. So I'll take it for one of them, and then I think we're going to do Bridlington and film some in Bridlington. Then go on up to Whitby because it was check-in time then. And we had a meal. The reason we're going back to the Penny Edge is because the food was that good. We just went in. I mean, it was really cold last year when we got there. It was 0 degrees when we were there. We stayed in Scarborough for a night, then in Whitby for a night, and then went back to Scarborough for another night. But we're only going to do 2 nights this year because it was, it's enough in it walking about. So I'm quite looking forward to that. It'd be nice. Take the cameras and I might chuck the drone in and have a look. I might chuck my bike in, yeah. I said to her, do you want me to buy your bike for Christmas? She said, I bloody don't. She could come riding with me, couldn't she? Be cracking. what does she do? She works in Morrison's. She's actually on the bit that alters the prices. She's been there 27 years, I think. But she's been managers of different departments. And about probably 10 years ago, she decided that she was absolutely, it was 11 years ago, because it was just when the cat died. She said, I'm bloody sick of this. She said, it's just flat out. And so I said, oh, you want to step down then and do something else? So anyway, that's what she did. But she's been, yeah, she didn't want to back. Tried that one. And she was cafe manager. She was manager on the delicatessen, because they used to have 11 staff on the delicatessen. And she was manager of them. Then she went manager of the cafe. She was assistant manager in the garage. But Morrison's have sold all their garages off to that Indian company or Pakistani company, aren't they? And the biggest, they're the biggest fuel retailer in the UK now. So she works on. I mean, she's just knocked another one off. She's knocked another shift off, because she's slightly older than me. And she said, I've bloody had enough, to be honest. So she's now knocked Fridays off, because she goes and stops with Lou. She goes on the Thursday, stops with Lou Thursday night, looks after little and on a Friday while Lou goes to work, and then she used to come back for 1:30 and go to work. Now she doesn't have to. She doesn't go back to work while it's Sunday now. Buy her a bank. Cracking idea. No, she don't want one. I've already got her Christmas present. I'm not going to say on it, just in case she watches it, but I keep telling her I bought her out, and I keep asking her what she wants and other crap like that. You know what you do? What is it you wanted for Christmas? I can't remember. Is it anything that's cheap? You know, that sort of thing. I've already got it. She gets spoilt, my wife, I'm going to show you. Anyway, it's time I cleared off. It's I need to go make a cup of tea. What time is it? Sue will be in 5 minutes anyway. So I'm going to go put the kettle on, because Sue will be in. I'm just going to get on to Lynn before I go. Looking forward to the 1st of January, so I can fly my DJI Air 3S in more places. You're going to have to explain to me what that means, because I've got the DJI. Is yours over 250 grams then, Lynn? Is that what that means? Because mine's 249. I've got the 4 Mini Pro. I tell you what, they're brilliant, aren't they? Right. So now, after then, they've changed the classification, so you can actually just fly them in more places. Yeah, I've just renewed my insurance is due next week, I think. I only paid 25 quid to insure it, because it's got a camera on and I'm uploaded to social media. You're supposed to be insured. So I insured mine. It was selling last year, it was 25 quid. And when I renewed the operator ID or whatever this year, it's only 11 quid. They actually asked for the insurance, the certificate number for the insurance. So I filled that in. But it's available when I renew the insurance. If I change companies, I can always just do it the other way. I've never had anybody check my credentials out like that. But you know, that's the way it is, isn't it? I'd rather, if it dropped through somebody's Range Rover window, I'd rather just say to them, "Oh, here's my insurance," and tell them where to get off. If you've made a mistake and broke something, then you should pay for it yourself, shouldn't you? So anyway, really got to go. Massive love to you all. If I don't get live before Christmas, have a smashing Christmas, won't you? I think I'm on Benny's show on Thursday night for getting on Sunday night for getting on time. It's a bit tricky this time of year trying to get in, but if I don't catch you, have a lovely time, and have a look out for this video drop tonight, which I think is really good. Yeah, I'm a member of UKFPB as well, so that gives you free insurance, doesn't it? That's exactly what I am. So I need to renew it. Was it you that told me about it, maybe? Or did it? I think maybe you told me about it, then I'm not sure. Were you about then? Because I know you had a bit of a break, didn't you? I can't remember, or whether it just come up as I googled it. So I hope you have a smashing time. Have a look at, there's a decent video come up today. I actually bought the Osmo 360 about a month ago, which is my first 360 camera, and I tried it for a day, and since I've sent it back, I've sort of thought, well, maybe I ought to give it a bit of time, a bit more time than that, because when you look at that video tonight, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. So maybe it was a bit hasty sending it back, but if it comes down to a reasonable price in the new year, I've actually got some money put by. I could buy another one of them, and I only actually need the camera and one battery, because I've already got the batteries with the 5 are the same as what are in the 360, and the selfie stick just clicks on just the same. So I'll end up with too many selfie sticks. So. Right, gotta go. Have a lovely time. Enjoy your Christmas. I might get back on before then, but I don't think I will, to be honest, because it's just getting like that, isn't it, really? All right, catch you soon. Bye-bye.